I didn't grab my pen, so I had to use my finger.
That's okay. She had to use her finger because see, Tom offered one, but now I've given away who's here. Oh my! But you'd have found out very soon anyway that it's Tom sitting across from the table. Okay, hi everybody. Here we are again, Weekly Dose. Deborah
And Lori,
how y'all doing?
we got kicked out of the classroom again. There's a class.
There's a class in there. So it's us sitting out here in the middle. We have a nice backdrop. This is a class, or it was a class. I'm not sure if the class has been. I think it's already been the chaos.
I don't know.
Anyway, so a couple of announcements.
Here. I don't know what's going on.
Well, and I'm here every day. You'd think I'd do better. Well, a couple of announcements. The spring cleaning fabric sale is still on, either until the end of next week or until
we sell
it's gone. So not all the fabric, just the fabric that's on sale.
Okay, so
just so you get a clue.
That's new stuff. We have to find room for it.
Isn't that pretty?
So there are two. I think that is,
and behind we've got it everywhere, folks.
Some of that is the Sippin' on Sunshine from Kimberbell. Is really cute. If you haven't had a chance to come and see it, you should. It's really
There's
cute.
some I want, but I'm not going to mention it because I don't want people to buy it. I want it.
Well, see,
it's a special thing.
Well, see, the downside of having Addie work here now is because now I can't send her in to buy what I want before I can get it. Because she works here.
That's right.
She's the same. So
that's right. There are a couple of disadvantages to working here, and that being one of them. You can't just take it all off the shelf and walk out with it.
Well, they have to put rules because otherwise, as soon as it came in, we would buy it all, and you guys wouldn't get any of it.
We see it first, so everything that's special we're going to grab.
Yeah, so Tom and Carrie take care of their customers by putting them first.
That's right. We have to wait.
And saving them from us savages.
I take exception to that. I grab it quite nicely.
I represent that remark.
This is very true. We're all bad when it comes to fabric. And a heads up, the wait list is fixed.
On the computer.
I don't know. Yeah, on the computer. I don't know whether it was not there or because they had moved it, because you know how
computers are.
Computers and apps and programs, they love to change stuff. And so, I don't know whether they had just moved it to such a ridiculous spot and I assumed it was gone, or it really was gone and they fixed it. But it's there, so you can use it.
I blame AI.
Me too, absolutely. It's all AI. It's Chat GBT. It's anybody who's sitting in front of a computer programming at this point, because I'm going to blame it all. Anyway, we have a very heartfelt letter here today, and I have permission from the person to read it to y'all. I'm not going to give you her name, but it kind of explains the feeling we have about fabric, sewing, quilting, and our machines. So, because sometimes people just don't get it, but if you're in this mood, you get it. Lady Kenmore. Growing up, the lady of our house was the one whose motor whirred while my mother sewed. She made all the curtains for our first home and a skirt for the baby bassinet. Frilly gingham aprons for the church bazaar multiplied on the bed, while fancy sequins costumes for a dance recital formed a wobbly rainbow over the ironing board. I never lacked for a party dress or an Easter outfit or a prom dress or wedding gown. Mom and Lady Kay crafted them all with love. In later years, Mom passed and the lady came to live with me. We produced a plethora of Raggedy Ann dolls and a dress for my 50-year grad reunion. Not a profound legacy, but there you have it. We don't do much sewing anymore, mostly just hemming or mending that I do by hand. So why do I need a machine whose cabinet takes up space and a zigzag that doesn't even work? It does now, because it got fixed. I think she deserves a new lease on life. Mom would be thrilled too. it was like it. I'm still doing it. I'm tearing up just slightly because this is how we feel. Those sewing machines mean so much. And I have one left that my very first Janome that I got when my daughter was 3. She's now 45. And there's something that's just not working right on it. I cannot bring myself to get rid of it. I can't bring it back from Ottawa to get it fixed here. So it will stay there and simply only do straight stitches from here on in. But that is it.
Most people don't keep a husband that long.
Neither did I. But that machine is, it just means that's how much they mean. So I just wanted to share that. And she did say it was okay. So we haven't, crossed any barriers there. So
Couple classes, and then we'll get to Tom. So we have paper or precision
piecing.
Okay,
Precision paper piecing?
I just
No,
I'm
there's
done.
no paper in there.
I can't speak
Precision
today. There we go.
piecing.
Yes,
Precision piecing.
there we go. That's in the afternoon on April 3rd. We have Serger level 4 on April 8th, level 5 for the cover stitch
Following week.
the following
Sorry, yeah.
week. Learn to use your sewing machine on the 14th. We have Stitch and Chatter in person on April 16th. And out in Chilliwack, we have Quilt As You Go, the reversible quilt. So there's a
There's
couple
a
of dates.
couple of spots left for
April 10th.
April the 10th.
Then we have some other ones. So we
Yeah.
have a lot of fun stuff coming
Yes,
up.
exactly.
I tell you about my embroidery class, like the beginner embroidery, but it's full
Yeah,
for April.
That's right.
I think.
we're into the summer at this point
Yeah.
before there's openings.
So if you want in there, get in there because they fill up real fast. So
Yeah.
all right. So I think we need to. No, I'll pass it over because I'm louder than you.
You keep Deborah on the hot mic.
Yeah. Well, she's good at that.
I can discuss my needs for, as everybody knows now.
Is that close enough? Does it work?
Oh yeah, it'll
okay.
be. It
That's
should
good.
be fine.
Okay.
Sophie, that's funny.
So
Totally forgot about the mics because we're quilters, not producers. And so when we were at Dana, we're walking over there, and I'm talking to Dana. Can't hear Dana because she's in here. She's got the mic, and she's like, "I need to win the lottery," so we hear her.
Because I have to
Talking
feed
about
my
myself.
fabric addiction.
Yeah, it's so funny. So we now know we have to switch the mics.
That's
now.
right.
So
Yes, we don't
we
do it
can
now.
be taught. It takes a while, but
We can learn. We can learn.
I bought a ticket on the 65 million last night. I don't know if I won or not, but the lady at the counter's like, "So what do you do if you win?" I'm like, "Well, for sure, I'm going to take a few days and go on an Alaskan cruise." Beyond that, I haven't thought that far ahead.
I'd love to go on an Alaskan cruise. I was talking to my sister about that. She goes, no, because it's cold. She'd rather go where she can wear a swimsuit or a bikini. I'm like, no, I'm gonna take you.
The
No one
only
wants to
only
see that.
cruise I would go on, because they do say close to land, the scenery. I'm sorry, the scenery would be absolutely
Well,
outstanding.
that's why
Up the
I
coast.
love it.
Well, like the cruise to Hawaii, it's all open. It's the
Yeah,
same view for
what's
10
the point?
days.
Yeah. This
Nothing.
way
Nothing.
more nothing. Yeah, anyway. Okay.
Carrie wants to do a Mediterranean cruise, which would be really fabulous, except for the heat. And it's like
Exactly.
I'm
Take a
like, oh,
Viking cruise. It goes north.
I can go with you as long as I don't ever have to leave the
Air
Room.
conditioning.
air conditioning of the ship.
Oh, stay inside.
Yeah, there's the Parthenon. Aside from a distance.
Oh, that's cool. I'm with you on that.
Anyway, so
Okay.
is the camera facing me now?
Yes,
No,
it
is
is.
switched
It
around?
is. Not
They
on.
don't tell me whether I'm on camera or
No,
not.
she's
They
mean
just-
that way.
She
not
just
mean, we just-
switches it up for us. Okay.
Yeah.
So today we wanted to talk a little bit about seams and why your machine jams up going over thicker seams. And this is denim here. Now I'm actually 9 layers of denim when you get to a seam on the bottom of jeans. The reason people get confused is because they go to a lot of stores and they get demoed on thick fabric like this. So they just roll the fabric nice and thick and then they stitch through it and it stitches just fine. And that is because even a plastic framed machine can sew through 6 or 8 layers of denim without a problem. It's not the thickness that the machines have a problem with, it's the change in thickness where the seam is, where the machines have a problem. Okay. You'll see that there's a little echo in there because the machine I was sewing on, it was almost at a bobbin thread, and every time it would give me the bobbin thread message, it would raise the pressure foot.
Yep.
Just finish the seam for me. Only need a few more inches. Anyway, so what happens is when I do a demo on the thicker fabrics and stuff like that to show a machine going over your seam, I actually make a real seam. So here you can see I put this together with a seam, so it's 2 layers of denim, okay? But then it gets folded down, so now it's 3 layers of denim, and then it gets folded. That's 6 layers of denim, and it gets folded again. So it's 9 layers that you're going through over that seam, okay? And so what happens is when your machine is sewing along, okay, the foot's sewing along and hits that seam, it has to go up over that seam. It's the change where your machine has a problem. So I've got a few things here to show you why some machines do it better than other machines. Okay, so this is a basic set of feed dogs. So it has 2 shorter sets of teeth down the outside and 1 little block of teeth in the back, in the center. This is more of a mid-range. There's a little bit longer set of teeth down the outsides, the block in the center at the back, but it also has a little bit of teeth in the front. And then this is your advanced set of feed dogs. Longest sets down the outside, couple of different points catching the fabric in the front, and multiple sets of teeth in the back. Okay. Part of it too depends on what foot you're working with. So a standard presser foot, okay, has a flat bottom. Okay. But I've noticed a lot of people sew with what they call their satin stitch foot. You can see on the bottom there, see the it's carved out all in the middle, the bottom. When you're sewing with that foot, it only works when you have stitches that have a lot of thread in them, a lot of stitching, lots of decoration and stuff like that. It builds up, and that's the thickness, and that's why it's cut out, is so that that thread buildup in there is not pushing the center and high centering it. But if you're not using a thick decorative stitch, you're using a straight seam, when you go up over the edge, all of your center has got nothing to grip against. Right? So it's just pushing against loose fabric in the middle, and only your outside feed dogs are working. Okay. Some brands of machines also have this little black button on here. This is called a built-in hump jumper. And so a built-in hump jumper, or a hump jumper, what it does is it takes the hinge out of your foot. So as the foot comes in and it goes up, it's got a hinge. And at this point, then your teeth start spinning out. Okay. And so this is hump jumper is the first name that I ever heard it called, so that's what sticks in my brain. Different brands call it a button shank. So you can put it in underneath for spacing in your buttons, for having more space for thicker buttons and things like that with the thread when you're stitching them in. There's also a gadget out there that does the same thing called a Genamajig. Okay, it's flat. This is double-sided, so it has 2 different thicknesses, thicker and a thinner side. Okay, well, what you do when you're sewing, can we angle the camera down a bit here for us? Okay. Yep. So when we're sewing with our foot to our seam, we hit this point and it goes up like that. Okay, so what you would do at that point is you put your needle down, okay, and you slide your hump jumper underneath, okay, and then you put your foot back down again. So you raise your press, you put your needle down, raise your presser foot, slide the hump jumper in, and then put the foot down. Now you have a filler underneath your foot. So when it goes like this, it's like this instead of like this. So you don't have that spin out. The teeth are coming up and it's pushing against friction and then pulling the fabric. And then it sews off the edge and this falls out the back and you continue down the other side. If it's a really, really thick denim, you use your thicker side and you sew off. And if it's a really tall one, the reason we got the gap in here is so that it can feed in while we get to it and off the end, but then so that you can also bring yourself down the other side, stop, raise your presser foot, remove it, and then continue on. So you're not even coming down with a hinge. Okay. The button works the same way. When you raise your presser foot with your needle down, you push it in. It's a spring-loaded button. Okay. And you push it in to lower your presser foot. That puts pressure on there, so it holds it. As soon as it gets to its flat again, where there's no pressure on it anymore, the button automatically releases and it goes back to being a hinged foot. Okay. So The reason the machines jam up, they're not really jamming up, they're just stalling out, is actually a better way of putting it. It's because once they hit that hill, there's no friction for the teeth to grab and pull the fabric through with. And so by using hump jumper, Gina-majig kind of thing, or the built-in version, if you have the little button on the side of your foot, you can get much better performance. Having a higher level machine with teeth at the front and all around it, the sides and stuff, also means that when you're gripping, instead of just being gripping at the back and on the side, when the foot's like this, you're gripping at the front, so you're helping pull it in. So if it's not a super high seam, that's why some machines, they just go right up and over, because they're gripping at the front where the pressure is as well. Okay, you guys have any questions on that? Questions, comments, moans of despair, wails of depression, jumps of joy, or yips of glee?
Yips of glee. I love that one. No. I know these things, and then sometimes I'm going, what's wrong? And you have to, it's embarrassing to admit when you've been sewing as long as I have, to go, okay, I have to go back and I have to think this one through, like step by step by step. So there are times, even though, you know, like I got 50 years behind me on this sewing thing, probably more, more. And I'm still questioning, you know, like.
It's because it's getting into things that you don't do on an everyday basis. So like when you're, especially if you're like me, you're a quilter, and you avoid hemming those pants, when you sit down to hem the pants, you have to think about the process, because I don't do it on an everyday point. When I sit down to piece a block, I'm just automatically lining up my pieces, lining up my points, lining up my corners, nesting my seams. It's just happening on because I do it all the time. Hemming those pants, I don't do it all the time.
Memory takes over. And I came from sewing clothes first. So the first time I saw a quilting pattern, like,
what the heck?
I looked at them like, what do you want me to do? I'm not understanding a sentence. And it's like the phrasing, it's like, I've never used any of these letters or these combos. What does this mean? It took a while, and you kind of have to learn something like it's new. Like it was completely new to never used quarter-inch foot in my life before that.
No offense, but over 50 years, the tools and technologies have changed a bit too.
Well, that's very true. Very true. But, well, you know, like you're going to have to come at it from, oh, yeah, I got to learn something new, which is a good thing to do. My dad always said, if you keep learning, you will never suffer from Alzheimer's. I don't know whether that's
I don't know whether
fact.
it's true, but I'm betting,
But
I'm counting on it
me
to
too,
be facts.
I think there's probably a lot of good in that statement. So because you just keep the gray matter working, and you don't let it shrivel because you keep adding to it. So I'm hoping that that's what it does. That's all I can say. Yeah. How about you?
I just remember the first time, like with my machine, because I was doing a lot of self, I had a quarter-inch foot for it, and I just would pop it onto the machine, whatever. And then I remember, I didn't have the M7 at the time, but I'd done a thing, and I'd popped on that quarter-inch foot and sewed it, and Carol's looking at it, and because my seams, she goes, you got really wide seams. Why? And I'm like, I don't know. I says, I used the quarter-inch foot. And she goes, well, did you adjust the stitches? Oh.
That's why all those fancy dials and buttons are on the machine.
Well, and to be fair, they do come with instructions that you actually have to take a moment to read.
This is true. I'm still working through my new
This
manual.
The borrowed, or not the used machine that I got, and it didn't have instructions with it. And of course, you know, I know everything.
Oh, of course. Right. Okay, you're still on Tom, right?
Speaking of little things, some of these gadgets, they have a little hole in them right here. And a lot of people think, what the heck is that hole for? Well, there's a couple things you can do with the hole. One, you can tie a string through it so you can hang it so it's easy to get. But if you do that, it's kind of like using the CD tray in your car as a cup holder. You can't use it for what it's actually intended. And so if you look really close at that, you'll see that that hole actually has a flat on one side. And that is so you can put your needle in and the flat matches up to the flat back of the needle, so it keeps it from just spinning.
Spinning, yeah.
And then you can use it to put your needle up in your machine and tighten your needle clamp.
And I have reached the point where I have to. It's not that one's not the one I use, but because the
A lot
fingers
of needle
just don't.
fitters have it on the back
Yeah.
end,
And I use
gadgets are
that to
having
get
it more and more.
the needle in, because it just I don't know, as you get a little older, some of these things just kind of used to be able to do that, but there you go. Helpful little there are so many helpful little tools that sometimes I wonder, how did I manage back in
That was back when my joints worked properly, and I was
see, that's
very
the thing, that
dexterous.
they're not anymore, so
They
it's
don't
a
do
challenge.
that.
So anything that can help, I will gladly
I'm
buy
pro
it.
gadget when they're an actual real gadget.
Yes,
that
me too.
do
Me
it,
too. I
not
got
gadget
so many.
for the sake of gadget, though.
No.
So.
There's so many things out there that I'm just going to flip this around. Things around there that are great,
Yes.
and then there's so many
Some
things
that's
that are
just a gadget. Yeah,
they're just money grabs.
it's not going to add anything to your the pleasure of your sewing.
There are a lot of tools out there, I find, where if you're doing that technique or that thing all the time, it is definitely worthwhile
Yeah.
having it.
Mhm.
If you're doing it once here or once there, every couple of years, you can do it without those gadgets. Those gadgets were invented to make it easier when you're doing it over and over again.
Yeah.
But they're by no means absolutely crucial in a lot of cases
Exactly.
for actually doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So,
That's just one of those, you live and learn, or you ask somebody who's been sewing for a very long time or does exactly what you do. What do you find? Like, does this work? Is it a good spend or what? So yeah.
All right, I think that's
It for today? This week? Aww.
I mean, we can talk about a lot of stuff. We got Tom here. You want?
Trust me, the
We've got-
three of us could take up some time.
Yeah, we probably could.
Yeah, we could. There's
let's
no
get
doubt
into
about
politics.
it. No, we're going to leave that.
Our next podcast is on politics and religion.
Oh,
Nice, 9 topics.
Or solving the mystery of who stole all the Kit Kats.
Yes, I'm interested in that. When I first saw that, I went, "Why would somebody steal that many Kit Kats?" I mean, I'm not denying it's a good bar, not that good.
Well, I found out that they are race car shaped, so they're specialty ones. But yeah, no, someone stole several tons of Kit Kats in Europe, and so now you see all these things all over the place. Dairy Queen this morning, I popped up on the thing. We'd like to send our condolences to
Nestle.
Nestle. There we go, Nestle, for their huge loss, and we hope that this can be solved. But in the meantime, should you need a break, we have wonderful flavors of ice cream. And then
You can just see it now. People walking down the street with a black overcoat on and a black hat. And want to buy a Kit Kat?
Well, Janome put one out yesterday.
Yes, they did.
The M17, the little tool thing, fits Kit Kat bars.
So that was funny. I enjoyed
So
that
it
one.
just, with everything going on, this is actually something
That is
really fun just to kind of.
Maybe that's why they stole them. I don't know. But geez, people, we got to talk about something else
Yeah, it's
besides
Dairy
this.
Queen didn't come out and say, but we have lots of Kit Kat in stock. Who stole them then?
Well, no, that would be the Scrub Daddies. The thing was across the board. There was all these different Scrub Daddies and they've got the little face on them, and there was all chocolate smudged around their faces. And the thing says, "We have no idea what happened to the Kit Kats."
But it's a little chuckle. It's a little something that I don't know.
Fun, as you're scrolling through stuff, and you're looking for something.
I think they were probably told that the European Central Bank was moving gold bars in that truck. They got back to their safe house and
they
found
went,
Kit
Kit
Kats.
Kats. I mean, I'm sure this is a severe financial loss. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about here financially, but it is funny. I'm sorry, it's funny. So we're going to end on that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you find a Kit Kat, regular Kit Kat, you're good. If it's in the shape
Of
of
a race car.
you
Turn it
might
in.
want to question where it came from.
Yeah. We'd have to say made in Europe.
Oh, that's true. Okay. All right. Instead of here in Canada.
But
So, all
European
right.
chocolate is the best. So.
Yeah.
European chocolate is the best.
There is no denying that.
So
Easter's coming up. There's some good chocolate coming out there. And Christmas is in 267 sleeps, so we'll have some chocolate for that as well.
And you know what? I don't have my phone here to check, but I can tell you over the years, he has never been wrong.
I think at one time he needs to just say the wrong date, and
No.
then so you check that. It
No.
would shatter your world.
It would,
I
and so-
was going to do that. I was going to write it down on a piece of paper and then tell her the wrong date and slide her the piece of paper. But it might.
No.
If she checked her app and found the wrong number, she would
Do not
she
do
would
that
think
to
the
me.
world had come to an end or
Yes.
something like that.
That's
Probably.
exactly right. So do not do it.
All right,
Alrighty,
guys,
everybody.
Go have a great
Have fun.
day. I know it's raining today, but it's supposed to be sunny the rest of the week.
Yep. And going up to 16 on the weekend.
Yes, so enjoy your long weekend.
Gardening weather.
Yes, it is. And we have a garden.
And we
stuff.
have flowers.
We do. I only killed her a little bit.
Who gardens? That's just more time to quilt inside.
Oh, that's true. Well, okay. Ramon and I do it 50-50. I buy the plants
And he does the work.
he does the work.
I don't know if that's exactly 50-50, but
I buy a lot of plants.
Yes, she
So I do a
does.
lot of work.
And at the same time, she bought a lot of produce. So
I did. All right.
if you need anything, go see Lori.
Just a case of grapes, okay?
That's it.
All right.
We're
Have
done.
a great week.